I'd like to raise a glass to Space Hitler.
Yes.
Spitler.
Our friend, and
Caitlin doesn't have a glass.
may she be missed. God damn it.
Our frenemy.
This episode wouldn't have been the worst if it weren't for that scene, I think.
Honestly, up until that scene, I was mostly enjoying myself.
Okay, I want to talk about that scene fully later. So
Yeah, we'll get into
get there organically.
This is foreshadowing.
Yeah, we'll get into it. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about our podcast. Actually, we're not. We're talking about Star Trek Discovery on our podcast, A Star to Steer Her By. A Star Trek podcast. Shit. Okay. Anyway, this is episode 410, which I realize now is actually appropriate because, a few weeks ago we made a joke about the 404 being a HTTP status code. Well, as you may or may not know, all of the 4XX, 4 whatever codes, those are all HTTP error codes. Not all of them, but some of them are.
Sure.
410 stab your daughter?
410 is the code for gone.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's
for like
funny.
if a resource is deleted, you would respond 410. It's similar to 404, but it's like specifically like this did exist and now it's gone. Which is appropriate, I think, because we say goodbye to a character this week. A character we've had since the beginning. In one form or another. But yeah, because this week we are talking about Terra Firma, Part 2, the exciting conclusion to last week's Terra Firma Part 1. Yeah,
and
you got it.
Backdoor pilot to the Section 31 show that we all love so much.
Because they set it up with Ash, so I'm really excited to see how they team up Ash and Georgiou in the Section 31 show.
When we get to Season 3 of Section 31 in a few years, oh my god, redeems so much about this whole era.
Oh, I bet. But anyway, so this episode, what happened? Well, it aired December 17th, 2020.
Hey, December 17th, 2025 is when the Fallout Season 2 comes out.
Hey, there you go. It's like everything went full circle. Sorta, maybe. I don't know.
I'm just obsessed.
Full circle?
Sorry.
Don't say ghoul.
Anyway, so what happened? So we pick up kind of where we left off. We're in the Mirror universe, and Georgiou has skillfully outmaneuvered Burnham in her attempt at a coup. And now Burnham is being agonized, as you do.
And acting her fucking balls off.
Oh, yeah. She, Sonequa was loving it. And, I'm not going to go into all the details because it wasn't really that much of, note that happened.
It wasn't complex.
It wasn't complex. I mean, basically,
Maybe that's why I followed this one.
This is Mirror Burnham, by the way. Mirror Burnham, she's a duplicitous. She was working with Lorca, and she's got a whole team of conspirators. And Georgiou's like, hey, girl, listen. Now that I could just kill you. And, honestly, old me would have just killed you. But I'm here now, and I've had an experience, and I've changed a little bit. So I'm not going to kill you. But I am going to make you kill all your co-conspirators and then join me. And Burnham's like, yeah, that sounds cool. So Burnham goes on a little murder spree, as you do in the Mirror universe.
It's like kind of a big murder spree.
Yeah, kind of.
There was at least a dozen.
Yeah, she killed.
Detmer helps.
And then Detmer also gets killed, too.
Oh, yeah. Who didn't see that coming?
Yeah, so
Detmer, somehow.
So Michael goes out. She kills everyone. And Georgiou's like, "Oh, daughter, my sweet little girl. Now we're together again at last." And then Burnham's like, "Psych, bitch!" Because actually, you are fucking weak. Because old Georgiou would have just killed me, and you're weakling. So I'm actually going to do the coup after all. Oh, and Georgiou had also told Mirror Saru that the Varaha is kind of bullshit. So just sleep it off and you'll be fine.
Sleep it off. Take, what the fuck is that probiotic that they're always selling about that helps you not be fucked up the next day?
Dannon?
No. It's like
the yogurt brand?
It's like a
Oikos.
It's a no, but it's a Faye. It's a it's like it's just a pill that you take. It's like it's something pre-alcohol. Every podcast fucking talks about it.
Certainly,
Anyway,
Iceland yogurt, that's a good one.
Ooh, like what's it called? Scanda or something?
But back in the day, Dan had this whole ad campaign about how it was a probiotic, and Jamie Lee Curtis was like, "Eat this and you'll shit."
Well, that was specifically Proact. No, that's a face thing.
But I know it wasn't like
Activia.
Activia, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was green. It was in a green container, and Jamie Lee Curtis had great poops.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, I mean everyone should have great poops.
Agreed.
So anywho, so Georgiou had kind of like. Saru went to Georgiou, was like, listen, I'm not going to be around much longer because I can feel it coming on, the Varahai. Even though in the original Mirror Universe, he was still alive by the time that the Discovery crew went there, so it makes the timeline makes zero sense. But
Carl did something.
Fucking Carl. So Georgiou, though, she teams up with her, gets her people involved. So it was like Owo and
Bryce.
Yes.
Yeah, Reese. Sorry,
Reese. It was Reese. So she teams up with a couple of our named bridge characters and Saru and some other unnamed Kelpians. And there's a big old fight.
Fucking Saru power bombs somebody to the fucking ground. It's awesome.
I think Culber?
Dude, Culber thought he was the shit. Culber shows up like, I've got a gun, bitch. And it's like, nope.
So anyway, then Georgiou and Michael, they have a PvP one-on-one battle. Georgiou stabs Michael with a massive sword.
Yeah, I wouldn't say stabbed so much as ran through.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but not before Burnham managed to land a knife in Georgiou's neck, so they both kind of die, it looked like, at the end. Or Georgiou gets transported back to the future right as she's dying. And we're back, and it's a classic Inner Light where Michael's like, well, you just walked through the door, you were unconscious for like 10 seconds. And she's like, no, and then she's like, oh, but look, your pulse ox meter recorded fucking 3 months worth of memories or some bullshit.
Yeah, they pulled a, what's that movie called?
Oh.
Contact.
Thank you.
Pour one out for O'Brien.
Yeah, so right, yeah, she had an O'Brien moment. So
hard time.
So basically, from Burnham and evidently Carl's perspective, Georgiou just walked through the door, collapsed, and then woke up a few minutes later. Whereas Georgiou's like, no, I was there for months.
Of course, Carl knows the truth.
And then Carl's like, haha, gotcha. That was just a test to see if sending you back to your own time
would change this newspaper.
Would change history. And it turns out you're too reformed now to go back to the Mirror Universe, but you're gonna die if you stay here. So we're gonna send you back to some other time in the past.
But the writers can decide when they write the show.
Exactly. The writers can decide it later, but we're just gonna send you back in this universe to a time when the universes were better aligned, so that way you won't have...
Yeah, it was before the split between the two, which is kind of interesting. Like, I sort of would like to see that show.
Yeah, you won't be glitching out anymore. Oh, and by the way, you think I'm just an old man with a newspaper and a door? Haha! Actually, I'm a giant rock arch. You know me better as the Guardian of Forever.
And they're like, no, we don't know that.
Oh, we should have all done that together. It would have made it more...
It's all right. Yeah, so Carl reveals himself to actually be the Guardian of Forever, as you remember from the classic TOS episode, The City on the Edge of Forever.
And the classic TAS episode.
The other
Yesteryear.
one. Yesteryear, yeah.
And the fans wanked.
And everybody that wasn't like a TOS fan was like, huh? Who's this?
And Michael and George are like, huh?
Yeah, and they've obviously never heard of it either, but it was purely for the fans. Georgiou walks through the Guardian. Meanwhile, there are some random scenes, like a couple of random scenes on Discovery, because they remembered, oh shit, we still got to be doing this whole Burn side plot, or what's ostensibly the main plot.
Theoretically.
And also, like, there's that whole story about how Book is trying to get in good with Starfleet. So Book and Adira and Stamets and Reno are hanging out, trying to solve a problem, and they all contribute to the solution, and they figure out where that Kelpian distress signal came from and how to get there.
Well, Vance is not pleased with Saru.
Yeah, Vance is a little miffed, but that's nothing new. And
I've been fighting mummies all day.
But yeah, yes. so like really nothing of consequence happened on Discover.
Not really.
Except for the very at the very end, everyone gathers in the mess hall to pay tribute to and have a good laugh about the genocidal maniac. Yeah. I remember when, guys. Hey, remember when she used to eat people like you, Saru? Oh my God, what a card!
I just like, I'm sitting there watching this, and it's like, have you motherfuckers never even had a scene with her?
Yeah, or even implied to have interacted with her off screen or anything.
You all thought
Except Linus. We know Linus was interacting. Why wasn't he there?
I mean,
oh my God, he was still tied to his bed from the last time they were together. That's how Linus dies.
He's just looking sadly at his transporter badge.
This isn't the mess hall.
No, what it is that they still just haven't actually told anybody else on the ship that she's not the original Prime Georgiou. So like, still, it's only Burnham and Saru and Tilly, I guess, that know that she's Mirror, so they have to kind of play along with this.
And Culber, I'm sure, knows from all the medical tests.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, everyone obviously knows who she is.
Yeah, because every time someone walks by, she's like, "I should murder you," and they're like, "That's not
typical." It's like, "Oh, you!"
Behavior.
What a card. That's perfect. I just like,
Yeah, it's very funny. I was reading like comments on a YouTube video about this episode, and so many people like love it and love Emperor Georgiou, which I don't understand. But they were trying to rationalize away the kind of Irish wake thing going on at the end, saying, well, funerals and wakes are for the living. So obviously, Saru took everyone aside before Michael came back and said, everyone, say something nice about Georgiou so Michael won't be as sad.
Yeah, probably.
Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
But also, like, I feel like it's not a thing Michael would have needed.
Or wanted.
But Michael still has no idea which Georgiou is real.
Yes. But, like, I feel like if anything, she would have maybe a quiet thing in the mess hall with maybe just, like, Tilly and Saru.
And Book. Her hug with Book when Book or like, noticed that she while being back alone, she's like, oh man, she's going to need someone.
I really would have liked them to have acknowledged the complexities of their feelings about Georgiou, because I'm not saying that, like, they obviously have affection for her
for some reason,
but and they can acknowledge that, but the fact that it was just a let's wank her off, it's like
that seems
like we terrible. I feel like we could have had a nuanced conversation about she was pretty evil and did some really fucked up shit.
Yeah, like if it had just been like four of them in like Saru's ready room having a discussion, because again, like, how often did she actually interact with most of the bridge crew and Reno?
Yeah. And, like, the thing is, she never really reformed. Like,
not until this episode.
And even then, though, she's just kind of... She's still the same person, I think, at heart. And it's just, like... It's like some of the Prime Universe rubbed off on her, so she's not quite as ruthless as she used to be, but she's still, like... Yeah, let's murder a bunch of people, huh?
Yeah. No, it's one of my notes in there was like she's trying to have her cake and eat it too in the Mirror universe. Like I can chill out a little, but I can get away with way more murder without people yelling at me. Mm-hmm. Not taking any other action, but I don't like getting yelled at.
Well, the one other action she does in Mirrorland is she is nice to Saru.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the kind of fascinating thing. That made this episode kind of watchable because that relationship is interesting. Of her realizing, like, oh man, I recognize that one. Oh, it would suck if I went back and he were there. I'll tell him about the Baharai. I'll save him from Michael eating his ganglia. All the thing. Like, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I think it's the problem of, like, it's the Arium and the Non problem, where it's like so much background and development happens right before she leaves. And with her, it's even worse because unlike Non and Arium, they had been consistently using her.
Right.
But they didn't show any of this growth really until now. And again, as I've said several times, proof of how much they've been wasting Michelle Yeoh. When they're writing dialogue for her that isn't just sassy quips, you can see how much talent she has.
Oh yeah, she was incredible in this episode.
Yeah, she's great. And I will say, I imagined she had a lot of fun playing the character.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, I think she liked doing the quippy, I'm a bad bitch sort of thing.
Yeah. Playing a bad guy is super fun.
It is, but but playing a bad guy, it's just they lacked. I think a good example of a bad guy who you actually grow to love because you can see the good in them is Garrick.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, he's kind of got a similar backstory. He was a piece of shit. He worked for the Obsidian Order. He murdered people, did duplicitous shit.
Yeah, but you also see his growth.
But you see his growth.
Yeah,
you see him becoming a better person.
But then you watch him torture Odo anyway.
Oh, yeah, and you're like...
It's still there.
Fucking scandalous. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
We loved you. What happened?
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, too, we've said this, I think, when we were talking about it, like... by the end of the show, like, he is still a true believer in his Cardassia. He just realizes his Cardassia is never coming back.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the day, like, there's still, like, a pretty big evil streak in him. And it would be interesting to see, like, how he would have dealt. I figured it was you or Jake, but I pointed to Caitlin, everyone, when I said you. But the most believable ending for Garrick is that he probably offed himself after the finale.
Well, you should read A Stitch in Time. What?
Yeah, you mentioned that, and then I said, according to A Stitch in Time, that's not what happens.
Well,
and then you read A Stitch in Time.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I need to.
Yeah, I feel in Damar is another example too, right? Where it's like someone who was he was a scumbag almost up until the end, and then it's like, oh, I need to he's somebody that it's like, okay, yeah, there's a complex feeling about him because without him, good chance the Dominion would have won that war because he kind of like galvanized the Cardassian people to fight back, but still a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Damar sees consequences for his actions, and I think that's the major thing with a lot of our baddie characters is either they earn their redemption over a lot of fucking time. Like, you can see Garrick's growth throughout 7 seasons of Deep Space Nine.
God, I wish there were 9 seasons.
You can see Damar, like, change when he learns his family was murdered, specifically as punishment for him.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, Dukat and Wynn get murdered horribly at the end of the show. Spoilers for the series finale of Deep Space Nine.
That happened, like, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Lorca is told over and over again how fucking evil he is, and he dies horribly at the end of season 1 of Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
All our favorite evil characters who are interesting as evil characters stay evil and are told to be evil. Are told this is bad. You shouldn't be living like this.
Yeah, well, in Kai Wynn too. Like, we talked about how there's moments where she almost gets it, which makes her ultimately not getting it even more tragic.
Now, when does Georgiou ever get it?
In this episode.
Yeah.
It's literally only when she saves Saru.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, that's her one... And it's a small moment because, she went to the Mirror Universe realizing, this is my chance to save Michael. I'm going to try a different tactic this time, and Michael will survive, and it'll be great. And whilst trying to do that, she happens to save Saru, and that's the thing Carl says, weighs her appropriately. Appropriately enough that he's like, I'll send you to your own show.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this earlier this season, but I still don't understand, because this had been the plan at the time. It was like, we're going to make a Section 31 series. She's going to be in it. Why did they send her to the future if they knew they'd have to figure out how to undo that? Unless, there was already a contract in place saying she had to be in Season 3.
That's probably what it was. She
it's
probably was
very
signed
confusing.
off for 3 seasons.
That's all I could figure. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Or they didn't know she was going to be in it because, they kept Ash behind so that Ash
would
be in it. That made sense.
I feel like at the time the talk was it was going to be both of them, but maybe I'm making that up.
I feel like they may have added her literally at, when she started getting big. I mean,
it's also quite possible that, and again, this is totally speculation. I have nothing to base it on. That they brought her to the future, assuming that she would be staying on Discovery, but then Michelle Yeoh's a big movie star, and
when did Everything Everywhere All at Once come
out? That was after this. But,
that was
but she, but if she got a job offer to do everything, she might have been like, hey, listen, I just don't have time to commit to Discovery, so write me out, please.
But keep it open-ended enough so that I can join that series you've been talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, or after they started planning Season 3, somebody went, why don't we put her in Section 31? And they said, well, we just sent her to the 31st century, so, oops.
whatever. When I watch this episode and I keep trying to figure out how would I have fixed this, and really the answer, because I feel like the Guardian Ex Machina thing is mostly fan service, even though the fans wanked copiously when they saw what it was. But it's also a contrivance to get her out of the show. Like, this is obviously just a two-parter to get Georgiou out of the show in a way that fans will be satisfied by.
Yeah.
And the way that I would rewrite this is, at the end of season 1, leave her fucking on Kronos. Yes. That's the real answer, is that she didn't have a fucking development arc throughout the or for that a season and a half after that. This was unearned and didn't need it to exist in the first place.
This actually, we've been talking a lot about DS9 characters and sort of the nuance of that. And I think it kind of goes back to something that I remember talking about when we were covering DS9, about how much the DS9 was a character-driven show. Yeah. And how much it was there was still a lot of, there was plot, but it wasn't plot-driven. Like, the story didn't move because the plot needed to move. The story moved because the characters were written in such a way that they could drive the story forward. Whereas I feel like Discovery kind of wants to do that, but I don't think that the writers are quite as skilled, maybe, as the DS9 writers.
And they've only got, a couple of characters whom they develop anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's part of the
problem.
Michael
and Saru.
I think that's part of the problem. Like, everybody else, including Georgiou, is just sort of like, you're there.
Set dressing.
You're going to do some stuff because the plot demands it, and then when you get to an episode like this, and that scene at the end, it feels very unearned. Yeah. And maybe the writers felt like they had done done a good enough redemption arc that would warrant that sort of tribute.
They were like, what? We weighed her, and we found that she deserves this other thing. Right. Guys, don't you buy that?
We rang up Anubis.
I don't think that she earned her redemption.
No.
Absolutely
and
not. And we see in Section 31 the film. I'll not spoil the film, Section 31. She's not redeemed then either.
Shock!
She's still a monster.
As I have said so many times, but I will still say it. One of my real issues, I generally like this show, but one of my problems with it is that they don't understand that Section 31 are bad guys.
Yeah, or that the Mirror Universe are bad guys. They think there's a serious story in there to tell, and no, it's as we're going to talk about later today in our Blacktivity when we talk about the Mirror Universe. It's a fucking fan service gag machine.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't take the Mirror Universe seriously, which I know I bitched about last week. I feel like this week did a slightly better job, but I think that's mostly just not so much because of the way they wrote it, but completely thanks to Sonequa Martin Green. Just captured evil Michael was, intentionally or not, definitely channeling captured evil Kirk. The minute she was captured, she was...
For the 2 seconds we saw him?
Yeah,
just like the caged animal, just I'm gonna fucking fuck shit up.
That scene for 20 minutes, she was just... could not be reasoned, which is pure rage. And I was like, that is how Mirror Universe people act in captivity.
Yeah, I liked Mirror Michael quite a lot. Because you can also see, the scene that I fucking loved out of this episode was the Firefly scene. Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And for a second, you can see Michael wake up and eat the bread and feel like, oh, maybe this is, worth me eating so that I survive, so that we can do this redemption thing. And I wonder if that's the moment that she realizes, oh no, I'm gonna have to fake this and kill Mom.
Yeah.
I also love it's I was so sad when the night terrors stopped. It's
that's a good line.
It's so cute.
Bitch, you could have just started taking her naturally then. You're bad at this. But I get it. You're from the Mirror Universe. They don't understand kindness.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think Sonequa did a phenomenal job. And just shows her range.
Whether or not the writers got it, she got it. She was like, this is Camp Evil Land, and I am going to run with it.
And it's interesting that you drew the comparison with Mirror Kirk, who when he's in the prison cell, he's screaming, and he seems just like a maniac, right?
How does that universe function? It feels like.
But I feel like Burnham, the portrayal that the Sonequa gave to Burnham was, even though it still had that energy, it improved on it in a way. It was definitely Mirror Kirk was just
feral,
a feral person.
Yeah, whereas, she was someone cooped up and plotting how to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she was still in her world at the very least. Well, okay. By the way, just moment. It's the agony booth. The agonizer
That's
is the little
right.
belt thing.
Oh no, did they call it the agonizer?
Several times.
No.
So annoying. It's like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
That is Reed Erasure right there. Didn't he invent
Yeah, he and
booth?
Flox,
Him
I
and
think.
Mirror Phlox.
Good on him.
Yeah, there were a lot of things I did actually really like about this episode. I just think that some of the messaging and
because I know I had said last week, like, it was probably the first Mirror Universe episode that left me kind of cold. This one I enjoyed a lot more.
Yeah, I think they were focused. I think they knew the story they were telling by the time they got here. Do you guys think it would have made more sense if just the mirror part was one episode?
Yeah, I had said last week, because I couldn't remember exactly how these worked last week. But, like, yes, they definitely should have just found... Cause what it looks like, really, is they had an episode and a third's worth of Mirror Universe.
Don't you hate when they do
And
this?
then they wanted to, like, trim it down to a single. Or, again, remember that you're on streaming now and don't have to worry about exact times. You've done it before. Just have one episode just focusing on this plot and leave all the burn stuff for its own separate story.
But the burn stuff that we see at the top of part 1 and the end of part 2 aren't an episode.
No, I know.
Like,
they
that's
should have
just
found a...
exposition.
that they needed to find a different way to deal with that. Because interlacing it with this just took away from the momentum.
Well, also just, like, I feel like they didn't cut back to the stuff in the Prime Universe enough.
Yeah.
Where it just
you can't do that when you're in Mirrorland.
I know. Well, what I'm saying...
And the one time they do, it feels weird.
It feels weird. It's like, oh, what? We're just going to dump the story here and, like... Yeah, I think if they'd done...
Book shows up with his Sonos speaker that he got from Asira.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it would have worked better as just if they had done this whole thing as one episode and then just picked up the burn stuff the following week.
Yeah, that's definitely how they should have done it.
Because we now have only 3 episodes left this season.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I realized that last night.
And we still haven't even gotten to the thing.
The burn.
The Verubin Nebula.
I love a nebula in Star Trek.
Yeah, it's
It
always
was because there's coffee in that nebula.
Yeah, so I don't even really have much to say about the stuff on Discovery other than...
Because it was just minor exposition plot point.
Yeah, it was, oh god, the way that they kind of framed it, because they put the moment where you saw Saru saying, well, Book, you'll have to prove yourself, in the last week on section. And this is the week where Book proves himself by showing the Discovery folk...
How to read manuals.
A piece of tech that he has that they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the context for this fucking century.
Well, see, actually, I was thinking that, though, right? Like, because I have a note in here about how, like, this gets to your point that it would be nice to have someone from that century. But it turns out they specifically needed someone from that century, but that also wasn't Starfleet, because apparently this isn't fleet tech, and it makes Vance all jittery.
Everything makes him jittery, and who can blame him?
Also, I have a note here, since we're in the present, when Jet wanders into engineering. Where the hell have you been? My note is, the audience was asking the same thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in, a century?
It felt a little bit like, it felt a little lampshaded.
Yeah. I wrote that. I was literally going to say, like, that is a lampshady scene to tell you that, we only get the occasional Tig Notaro scene.
Yeah. Wait, so where was she? Like,
she was only contracted for a few episodes.
No, I know that she was working on whatever, but, like, was she... So it was a contract thing? It wasn't.
I don't know. I'm guessing they just...
But yes, in universe, she was overhauling the warp core. Which, why didn't that happen during the 3 weeks they were in dry dock? I'm very confused. I do appreciate that she likes black licorice, though, because I do. And
and part of me feels like Tig Notaro just showed up to set with a bag of black licorice and was just like chewing it during the scene, and they're like, yeah, we'll keep it.
They don't write lines for Tig Notaro. She just quips.
Yeah. She wasn't even supposed to be in this episode. She just showed up.
It was like, what? I'm in the uniform.
That's why she's in Starfleet Academy.
I'm curious just how often she's going to show up in that.
Oh my god, I hope it's a lot.
They're really highlighting her in the ad, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's because she's fucking hot, and that's going to draw people in.
She's also a fan favorite.
Be in it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, people love this character because, she's very cool.
She is.
We want more of her.
Hopefully
Will they deliver?
Hopefully they don't overdo it.
I was going to say, the thing is, though, is part of her charm might be that she leaves us wanting. When we have as much as we'd like, it might be too much. And I don't really think that, because I love her. Like, it won't be too much for me, but for, like, the average viewer, it might be too much.
Does anyone... I mean, I know we haven't spent much time in the Prime Universe in the last 2 episodes, but I feel like the Adira Gray stuff hasn't really been
Yeah, no,
it came up and it seemed like it was going to be really important.
I'm having a sad. Oh no!
Yeah. Everyone's working on getting to the Kelpian ship now.
Yeah,
so everything else is on pause.
You could definitely, again, maybe if they hadn't done this needless back and forth first part, there could have been a little time spent with Adira's overworking themselves in part because they're trying to distract themselves from Grey, which is those sort of moments are things this show is good at, and it's a shame we don't have it right now.
Yeah. I mean, I know that it does get more airtime in the future. I just can't remember.
I feel like, they might pull another It's All at Once kind of thing, though. I don't...
We've only got 3 episodes left.
Yeah, and I don't... I remember the last episode. The next 2, I'm very fuzzy.
I'm the other way around. I know the next episode best, so...
I completely forgot that the Guardian of Forever was involved in this show
Really?
at all,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you think, Caitlin, when Guardian of Forever shows up? Wank?
I mean, yeah, it is, for sure, because, I mean, how could it not be Wank? We only ever met him once, he's, a big deal, and he even kind of is we used to... I mean, I like how they explained him and, why he was there, talking about, how he had been used as a weapon, and he had to, remove himself.
And that's why he's on a different planet than he was before.
But, here's the thing, I'm going to compare this to Doctor Who briefly. So, back in the day, Stephen Moffat created an episode called Blink, and it involved the Weeping Angels. And that fucking episode was great. There was just enough. The Weeping Angels, they kill you by making you live... by transporting you to the past. That's what the Weeping Angels do. And it was great. And then Stephen Moffat drank his own fucking Kool-Aid and was okay, so they kill you by sending you to the past, but in this next episode, they're also going to be able to, manipulate your vocal cords, maybe? Doesn't that happen? Don't they wind up speaking through them? Doesn't he wind up, doesn't one of them wind up breaking someone's neck and, talking through their... Or is that the Vashta Narada? Am I mixing my Stephen Moffats?
It sounds like the scene where the alien talks through Data in Independence Day. What's his real name? Brent Spiner. Honestly, though, here's the thing. Because, like you, I was Stephen Moffat fucking ruined these things. I have not rewatched any Weeping Angel episode aside from Blink in years, so you could be right.
Hold on 1 second. They can communicate indirectly by taking over the vocal cords of a human victim.
There we go.
Okay, phew. Great. For a second I was
well done, because I completely forgot that.
And I would and to draw it back to Star Trek, it's like how fucking Spock has a new superpower whenever he needs it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? How? The fucking Guardian is an archway. Why can he change into people all of a sudden? Why is he able to move himself all of a sudden?
Well, also the fact that, whatever the... wherever he sent Georgiou, he didn't send Georgiou to the Mirror Universe in the past. He sent Georgiou to some, pocket universe of,
Yeah, because he says it doesn't affect the original universe that he did.
So what he did, and I'm not arguing for this, but what he did was a tapestry. He did a tapestry on Georgiou.
Well, people were already had been saying this is more like a Q episode.
This is a Q thing. The Guardian to me, and I think this is what you were kind of saying, Caitlin, is the Guardian is a time machine that it just exists on some planet, and he's in those ruins. So it's just a machine. But now.
It's like a sentient thing that is making choices.
It's creating these simulations for people to teach them lessons.
Yeah, and it's teaching a specific personal lesson.
I think
it apparently, and it's also apparently some kind of judge. It's some kind of godlike thing now.
It is Q, son of a bitch.
Well, I think it did refer to...
It is vaguely shaped like a Q.
It did mention I might be making this up, but I feel like it definitely talked about something almost in the plural. It feels like maybe because of the war, it's part of a council now or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But that still just speaks to a lot of sentience, whereas
I just felt like the original idea of the Guardian was that it was just a machine, and that it was in one place. It was built by some ancient society that. Yeah,
it being able to get moved or move itself or whatever, that I'd buy. The turning into a dude, making a literal door, all that other stuff does feel who gave him this upgrade?
Again, it's not that you can't I understand necessarily that you have to make changes to but it's sometimes I just feel it's to the detriment of the original thing. If the Guardian Forever could have done this, then why didn't he send obviously fucking hyper fucked up on drugs McCoy into some place where he couldn't hurt anybody?
Yeah. Well, right, because that's the other thing. In the whole point of City on the Edge of Forever is that when you go through the Guardian and do something, it has consequences, and it actually does change the future.
Right, but this is a pocket universe.
But whereas this is like,
no consequences.
Like we've killed Stamets. Evidently, Saru got his Varahai way earlier than he should have.
Like, was it a pocket universe, or was it just another timeline even?
Might have even been another timeline. Who knows?
Because in theory, since there is actually, thanks to that Worf episode.
Parallels.
Thank you. Thanks to Parallels, there is, because for years I think it was just kind of like, there's the Prime Universe and the Mirror Universe, that's it. Then Parallels happen and there's a multiverse.
Is that one Riker, one Bridge?
No.
What was that?
That's the one with the big face.
That's the one where there's a Worf who's fucking Deanna.
That's Parallels.
Yes.
Parallels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the one with one Worf, one Bridge is the weird blue face base thing, I think. Anyway, so there's a multiverse now. Yes, thank you. So there is,
amazing.
In theory,
Sometimes.
Possibly more than one Mirror Universe now.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
There's the Mirror Universe, there's this Mirror Universe, there's the Kelvin Mirror Universe, I'm sure, where Kirk really enjoys Bach.
Yeah.
Bach.
See, I look at
like
this,
Gach. Why did you say it like that?
I don't know.
Like, I almost wonder, should this have been, an original character, this Carl person, who basically, and I'm stealing this from Yum Yum Trek, who I'm listening to as we cover these.
Forgot about that title.
Who liken this to just doing a Christmas Carol to Georgiou.
Damn it, I was going to make a joke about that.
But doing a Christmas, but again, if they had done that and with an original character, everyone would be like, oh, they're just doing a tapestry.
Yeah,
that's
cute.
fine. Tapestry's a great episode.
Oh no, I agree, but
it.
but bringing Q in, I don't know if that.
No, make it okay. So make it an original character, because the moment that Guardian of Forever is on screen, it's the way that he announces, I am the Guardian of Forever, is not for Michael and Georgiou. It's for the audience.
That's absolutely true.
The delivery of that scene is emphatically so the audience will recognize who it is. And I think we've all seen Season 2 Picard here.
Unfortunately.
Okay. That's not one I'm spoiling. Audience, if you haven't seen Season 2 Picard, I'm going to spoil a quick thing. There's a moment toward the end of the season when Traveler Wesley Crusher shows up.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I screamed in glee, and then paused and realized, no, wait, just because I recognize a thing doesn't make it good. There's no fucking good reason for Wesley to be here.
Ever.
Especially...
Sorry, Will Wheaton.
Just in his fucking street clothes. Give the poor man a costume.
Put that terrible sweater back on him and make it fit badly.
Okay, hear me out, because now I'm thinking about it.
Uh-oh.
He'd have grown into it by now.
Would it have been...
I was thinking it would be too small for him now, actually,
That's cute.
I'm sorry,
so
Jake.
they did a fan wank anyway.
Yeah.
Would it have been worse if they had just made it Q? Even if it was Carl in appearance and then at the end it's revealed to be Q?
We're used to Q popping up. Why not Q?
That's the thing, because
he could also just... there are other Q. He could have just been a Q.
Well, here's the other thing. And
fans would have been pissed,
The meta reason to make it Delancey is because they're also probably, at this time, starting work on Picard Season 2.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's
that would have been a great tie-in.
So they could have tied...
Well, no, but I mean, they would have thought it was.
Yeah.
I love John Delancey. I don't give a fuck. John Delancey can do whatever he wants.
It would have been a great tie-in if Picard Season 2 wasn't one of the worst seasons of any Star Trek ever.
Yeah, but it's but they could have, but I don't, so this did air before Picard Season 2.
Yes. This came out right after
So they could have had a Q, a reintroduction of the Q character for new fans who weren't TNG watchers.
I can't imagine giving a fuck about the Picard show without watching TNG,
Probably
though.
not, but they wanted to, right? They wanted to promote it. That's why they introduced all the new characters and stuff. And then they realized... after Season 2, they're like,
why don't we just bring the old crew back? What a fucking
that.
stupid piece of shit this was.
They could. We'll get when we get to Picard.
But yeah, so I actually think that, I just think...
Oh my god, is Picard next?
Because now because the problem is I'm
I need to take a sabbatical.
Critical of this whole thing because it's the Guardian, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense for it to be the Guardian. It only makes sense for it to have been Q pulling a tapestry.
See, my thing was I so badly wanted it to not just be Q that I was like, fine.
Yeah.
It was like I would have been more I I don't know what the solution could have been that would have been satisfying, but it was like, if it's got to be a callback, at least it wasn't just... Because a lot of people were assuming it was Q.
Yeah.
Except that one guy that I saw online. I'm sure other people did too. But there was one guy who, like, nailed it the week before. He's like, oh, it's the Guardian. Because there were apparently a bunch of clues in the paper and shit.
You're telling me Jake didn't know? Jake always seems to know.
I didn't know.
I thought it was going to be Lazarus. Because I swear someone teased that it was someone that we'd met from TOS. And I was like, Lazarus! And I was very wrong.
Yeah. I thought it was...
No wonder I remember old Gravy Beard.
Oh, no.
It could have been,
Beard. What a lame callback. Can you imagine the look? Like, you know how you're saying it's fan wank? People would be like, oh, cool, it's Wait, what the fuck?
Picturing Carl, he's just like, he grows out this wispy little...
Oh, no!
Oh, no, I wish it had been.
He, like, has a cup of coffee, he just dips the beard and
No,
just sucks
drinks
it up.
yeah.
You weren't here last week, but we did discuss this a little then. But
Too much. We discussed it too much then.
Him drinking stuff with his beard is just the four of us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, speaking of inside jokes.
Yes.
Anyway, because I know you guys haven't seen the latest season of Strange New Worlds yet. I'm not going to spoil anything that happens in Strange New Worlds, but they're doing a lot, way too much, dipping into TOS and just redoing shit.
No, don't do
and
that.
every time they do it, I feel like I feel so let down when they do it because it's unearned.
And it's because they haven't used Lazarus, am I right?
They haven't used Lazarus. That's true. If they put Lazarus in there, it might work.
I did see a headline the other day that was
Don't
saying...
read the headlines, Chris.
I mean,
Dude, that's your first mistake, though. Why do you read this shit?
His first mistake is not keeping up with the fucking show.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah.
You don't get to, Caitlin, accuse me of it. You saw season 2 of Prodigy.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is so good.
And I won't. I'm saving myself for this podcast. Wouldn't it be more fun if I was genuinely unaware?
The problem is you're going to have it... Anyway, so I don't go looking for these headlines. The problem is just, like, because everything's an algorithm now, like, you can't open a browser without it just throwing headlines at you. And I try not to read them sometimes, but anyway, the headline was just... it didn't spoil anything. But it was to your point, because it was like, Strange New World Season 3 has terminal prequel brain. It's
Terminal prequel brain. That's great.
That's a very good way of putting it. Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel about it because it's someone else's story. It's not your story.
Yeah.
I had another point. It's gone now. Fuck me.
No, right here.
Oh God. If it comes back, I'll let you know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like, again, the tricky part, I think, Jake, you were kind of getting to this, was like, if you just introduced this nigh omnipotent being that wasn't Q, that was new, people just be like, why not just make it a Q then? Yeah. So they were kind of...
That's also someone else's story. Oh, that was my other point. Ha ha! I remember the other point.
Hey.
Is that because this is made for people who get those references. And it will... I read somewhere that someone who specifically hadn't seen TNG was watching Discovery and didn't get the references of why it was significant that Vulcans and Romulans were reuniting.
Yeah. Because
they didn't have that context.
That's... Wow.
Which is kind of fascinating, because if they didn't understand why Unification 3 was important, they missed the whole point of that episode.
Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it does seem like Discovery is kind of in this weird place where it's like, okay, we don't want to have to explain the entire history of Star Trek to everybody, but we also want to make it accessible to new fans without having to, have them have watched. Like, kind of, like, even with Unification...
They show you the Spock
they
clip.
do, but you'd have no you'd be like, well, I don't remember this happening.
You also haven't seen a Romulan at this point in Discovery.
Yeah. I mean, nobody has seen a Romulan. Nobody in Discovery time has any idea that Romulans and Vulcans are even the same species.
Yeah.
Or are related species.
I guess they were kind of taking for granted, like, on the one hand, we're kind of making this for new audiences. On the other hand, everyone's seen TNG, and it's like, apparently not.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, this is not the series that you can jump into with no context. You have to have seen some of the other shows.
Yeah, like I think
perhaps all of the other shows.
Yeah, maybe season 1 you could kind of get away with because you know who Spock is in theory, even if you're not a big. He's enough a part of the cultural zeitgeist. I feel.
I was kind of hoping though that I think that's the problem, right? Because it's prequelitis. They have to not trample on the established canon, which I would argue fuck it, honestly.
But now we're not a prequel.
But now we're not. Right, and
century.
it felt like going into season 3, like, oh, cool, we have jumped the baggage.
Yeah. We
can now be a little freer. We can do some more interesting things. And then we get just more, references to older things. And to be fair, I actually don't mind the Vulcan Romulan thing, but I get your point that it's like, oh yeah, like this is kind of what would be lost on people. But a callback to the Guardian, to me, like, it's like, well, we didn't need this baggage.
TOS references are always risky. Because, like, I feel like that's the one you can assume a lot of people haven't seen. Like, again, I think everyone knows Kirk and Spock.
Better Enterprise.
Yeah. Kirk and Spock, like, everyone, like, they're just, again, they're parodied to death. Everyone knows who they are, even if they don't care about Star Trek. But, like, specifics from TOS? That's tricky.
Well, Sitting on the Edge of Forever is one of the most famous and beloved episodes.
Yeah, but again,
it felt...
It still feels, though, like, at the very least, you have to kind of know Star Trek to know that. Like, whereas...
So you're either not giving your fans the context to understand the point, or you're pissing off the existing fans who are like, you can't touch the Guardian is gold.
Yeah, now the thing is, I guess for me, again, like, I didn't have any special... Like, again, it's a great episode, but I didn't feel like... until you pointed out, it's like the changes really didn't occur to me. It's like, fine, whatever.
What changes?
The fact that the Guardian
can be a person.
Yeah.
And
fair.
all this other kind of... It's like, I don't know, maybe you got an upgrade. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I think it's tricky, because again, it's like, you either make a completely new character and people just say, why wasn't it just Q? Or you dig up the Guardian and people go, what did you do to the Guardian? Maybe... I don't know. They really... Again, they just shouldn't have brought Georgiou to the fucking future.
That's what I say.
Or they should have just stuck her in a shuttle and said, go backwards around a sun. I don't know how we forgot about this.
Well, because time travel is now forbidden.
Oh, and how do you actually enforce that?
Yeah.
You know who knows how to fucking time travel? The goddamn Romulans. Some Romulan could show up and say, just go backwards around the sun, warp 9
But they've got the Vulcans keeping them under their thumb.
Look, those shifty bastards will be able to get out a message or two.
Those shifty bastards.
I love them.
I'm going to bring it back to other stuff in this episode.
Oh, we have to?
I felt like all episode long they were teasing Lorca shit to the point that when Lorca doesn't show up, I felt cock teased.
I did kind of wonder if there was like an earlier version and they just couldn't get...
Jason Isaacs?
Thank you.
Lorca?
I was going to say Jason Statham and I knew that was not right.
Or Oscar Isaacs, as I often mistakenly say, even though I know it's wrong.
They just recast Jason Statham as Lorca. How you doing, love?
He's English.
Yeah. It's me, Lorca. You'll love me. It's like, when did you get so huge and muscly and cockney?
Neat. Remind me how the timeline worked out on when Mirror Lorca came to the Prime Universe, because I lost track of how that worked.
I was trying to work that out, and at some point went, you know what? I'm not going to bother. It's a different timeline.
Right, well, that's the thing.
There's that.
Because that's the thing. There's definitely some timeline shenanigans going on here, because... Like, we know that...
Lorca's in the damn Prime Universe at this point.
Is he?
In his original...
Is he? This is 2 years ago. Georgiou jumped back 2 years when she walked through the door. 2 years from when she came to Discovery.
Oh, has she? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was a little closer to...
No, it's 2 years because that's...
So maybe he isn't
how
then.
long that's how long Lorca's minions have been in agony boots per... one of the Discovery
also,
episodes.
That's a fucking lot.
If I'm not misremembering, the story from season 1 was that Georgiou had sent Michael out to find and return with Lorca. So
then she vanished.
And then she vanished without a trace, presumed dead. And that's so the fact that Burnham is here on the Mirror Discovery. I guess
that hasn't happened
so
yet.
That she hasn't left to go get Lorca yet, but apparently she was already working with Lorca by this time. But and there's other timeline shenanigans. Like, I keep going back to the fact that Saru evidently gets his Varahai in this
really early
time, but
well, maybe it's because
1.
of like added stress or something. It could just be. It might not be like. It could be affected by diet. I mean, like
maybe it's like a thing where, like, if your mind gets opened up, it brings it on more. I don't know.
I guess I think of it as being sort of like puberty, and like I know that things like again, like diet and stuff can, like, maybe they're feeding lots of hormone-filled food to their Kelpians, you know?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily... Yeah, because there's certainly Kelpians, like Saru's dad or whatever, the old man.
Right, yeah, he went late.
Well, but I think the point here is that, like, Mirror Saru still exists in season 1.
Yeah.
But that's, again, 2 years later, which I didn't realize, which make this make no sense.
It's Carl fucking with it.
Yeah, but, like, now Mirror Saru is like, I'm about to go through Farahai now. So it's not even related to, like, our Saru. It's even in the Mirror universe.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But,
yeah.
like, maybe this change in the way Georgiou treats him versus how she treated him in the original.
Yeah, maybe.
But either way, like, I'm not going to think too hard about it. I think I'm just going to say a wizard did it, and that wizard is Carl.
Yeah.
Carl stuck his dick in the guardian in the archway.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oofda.
Fucking every once in a while, Ames just pulls something out that I'm like, what
It sounded like she was putting something in.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, hey.
But yeah, I really did want, like, when fucking Georgiou was like, when is it? I half expected a small boy to run and go,
It's Christmas Day, of course. I kind of expected it too. Like, I really wanted it.
Throws him a bar of latinum, tells her to get a turkey or a stuffed targ or something.
I mean, the one as big as me. I literally thought the same thing, so it's just...
Well, it doesn't help that it's a snowy planet, too. It's like, come on.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's
this is
true.
so Christmas-coded.
Then Georgiou's final words to Michael are, Burnham, you being a great captain. Go overthrow Saru.
Yeah.
That tracks for her.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
She does another thing, and this is going to be mild spoilers, because she's name-dropping this guy San.
Oh, yeah.
In the final scenes, being like, oh, Michael, you remind me of this person I knew ages ago, San. ...
Well, she was having...
You'll see him in the Section 31 series, right?
Well, she was having, like, visions of some guy, right?
Was she?
I thought that
Yes.
earlier in the season, like, but before she started glitching out, she was, like, having visions of some dude, who I'm assuming is San.
Yeah.
I completely missed those.
I only understand the reference there because of the Section 31 show, or the movie
Yeah,
feature.
they didn't do a good job of explaining who San was.
What?
He's that little skeleton from Undertale.
I feel like it's only because they're setting up for the series, or
totally.
what turned into the movie.
Yeah, and they probably, and if they had this idea that, we're gonna have this protege or romantic partner, like whatever maybe they didn't quite know what San was gonna be, and they didn't want to encumber themselves too much by having introduced the character now. But they did want to, like, set up a connection for the spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no reason for her to tell Michael that.
No, none whatsoever.
It makes absolutely no fucking sense, because the audience doesn't know who this is, Michael doesn't know. You have not explained the significance
And
of
now
this
we
character.
never will.
Nope.
But we will, because we're going to watch the Section 31 movie.
Ugh, God, I hate when you
Years
fucking say
from
shit
now.
like that.
I figured we'd follow it.
No, I mean, this came out in 2020.
Oh,
Section
yeah.
31 film came out in 24?
This year or last
I think it was
year?
last year.
Relatively recent. If it was last year, it was late last year.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that the first conspirator they take out is Landry. She always gets...
Good God, how did she not? Because, she thinks she shot Detmer, and she walks right by where she's lying. She's like, double tap that bitch. Have you seen Zombieland?
Because
Landry's an idiot in every universe.
Exactly. Landry sucks.
I love too that it's like, man, it sure is convenient they have this hall full of shit to duck behind and a random thing that explodes if you shoot it. It's like when you get to an obvious boss arena in a video game.
Yeah.
Oh, those barrels are red.
Oh, boy.
Why am I getting so much medical equipment right before I enter this room?
Bullets.
It's like, save point. Oh, that's a big open area.
We autosaved. Womp, womp, womp,
Should I double back and get some potions?
Nah. Fuck it.
Yeah, Landry's dumb, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and literally all of the other extra characters, as much as I could see oh cool, they're here in the Mirror universe, they kind of all have an alliance they've made.
Yeah.
They're all still entirely interchangeable to me.
Yeah. What I love too is in my notes is it was Landry, Bryce, other named character, the rest, and I wanted this one to go here on Gilligan's Isle.
Yeah.
But it
For
turns
sure.
out not to have been the rest, because there were more.
Yep. Yep.
Lorca really could have taken over at any given time.
Yeah.
Except he wasn't here.
Is Mirror Lorca the captain of the Mirror Glen?
Yes.
Is it the Glen or is it the... Not the Barile. What's it fucking
Baran.
Baran.
The Barile.
Yeah,
the lamest ship in Starfleet.
Yeah, what the hell was the Glen?
The Glen, right, the Glen, you're right.
That was the other...
Glen was you're right, I was thinking of the Baran.
The Baran, yeah. He was the captain of the Mirror Baran, because the Barans somehow exchanged places or whatever.
Right, that's right, yeah.
I do like the idea of a Barile, though. Terrible ship.
A Mirror Barile, especially.
Oh, well, that would be okay, actually, because he was kind of cool.
Yeah, Mirror Barile was better Barile.
Oh, my God, by far.
Okay, one little thing, too, I gotta shit on this episode for.
Uh-oh.
If you're gonna be that fucking lazy, don't bother doing a mirror opening.
Like, they just did the color inversion.
And everything's upside down. It's like, guys, even Enterprise...
Weren't the names still correct, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so they put the names.
Even Enterprise, which sucks.
Enterprise put fucking effort in.
That was
great
fun.
intro.
That's one of the best things that terrible show did. Like,
I remember you saying that even before I had ever seen it, so I can tell you for sure this is Chris's feeling.
We cover it in a Blogtivity. You can go check it out.
Yeah, but it's like, don't bother.
Yeah.
If all you're going to do is invert the colors and flip some shit, like, I get what you're going for, but, ugh.
And it was flipped. It wasn't even mirrored.
Yeah, no, it was upside down. Yeah, like, at least make it just, like, guys, come on. After all, you got shown up by the Bakula show, guys.
Yeah, I mean...
That's embarrassing.
Feel bad.
Like, what they could have done is, like, changed up all of because it's, blueprint sort of the aesthetic is, like, just make it, like, all weapons and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just do, because they already, they had the phaser from season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, they could have made it scary.
They could have had the, the effect where the badges turn into the future badges, the badges turn into the mirror badges. Like, it wouldn't even
There you go.
Like,
there was definitely a way to do this, and they did not put any effort in.
Yeah, like, don't put in the, like, if you're not gonna, like, they put in almost no effort. It would have been better if they just put in no effort.
Yeah, just made it left it the same.
Because the only time a Mirror Universe episode did a mirror opening was Enterprise, so it's not like it's a tradition you needed to keep up. It was just something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they wanted to do something, but they didn't really. They just phoned it in. Is the problem.
Yeah, no, it was. Also, I was shocked to see that this was not a Frakes episode because they open with that bizarre spinny camera through the dish.
It went through the floors several times.
And there was the reflection on the thing, and then they spun around, and I was like, "Oh Jesus, is this a Frakes?" So I made sure to pay very close attention to the credits. I was like, "No," shockingly.
But now I'm paying attention to these credits, and I'm underwhelmed. So underwhelmed. Yeah, maybe that's how I felt about this kind of whole trip back through to try to redeem Georgiou. It's like there is some good work being done here. Mostly by Sonequa Martin Green.
God, yes.
Michelle
she carries
Yeoh.
the episode.
She was killing it. Oh, my God. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh was beautiful.
Yeoh did great. It's just that it felt it felt like a different character.
You know, I actually didn't care for it. I think we may have mentioned this a little bit last week doing our Mirror Universe.
Killy? Did you not care for Killy?
Killy, exactly. She's much more interesting when it's Barry Weissman as Tilly pretending to be Killy.
Yeah,
and when she's normal Killy, she's so one-dimensional.
Like, so obsequious... Maybe is what I want to say. I don't know. Maybe not obsequious.
Well, I do.
But she's... Okay, no. What I actually want to say is I feel like she's so obviously up to something.
Mm.
Like, it's really clear. And I guess the twist is, like, not knowing, like, what she's up to. But it felt like it was so...
She was just doing Georgiou's orders.
Yeah, and I think, for me, a big problem is they're like, oh, she's the finest interrogator in the Empire. Puts her in the agony booth, like everyone
We'll try this again tomorrow. Maybe you'll be ready to talk then.
Like, and they showed some
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, they showed some slightly different tactics getting used at some point, but, like, it really should have been an escalation. Also, and this isn't even the writings, someone in the Foley team really fucked up with her. Because there's one moment where she does the, like, arm to the shoulder, hand to the shoulder thing. But she does it really gently. But the Foley is, like, a loud thud. Like, she...
A whole sack of potatoes fell.
Yeah, well, it's like, because she wears that metal breastplate, and it was just, like, way too loud. And it's like, guys, that did not match the speed of her salute.
I missed that. I remember the time that you're talking about because I remember thinking, wow, that was quite a loud pound, but I wasn't looking at it when it happened, so I...
Yeah, no, it did not match the speed with which she put her hand to her
That's unfortunate.
shoulder. It's like, yeah, it's a shame. It would have been fun to see Killy live up to her reputation.
I really like...
I think Wiseman could have, again...
Yeah.
She could have run with it if they'd given her something to run with.
Like, I felt like she was doing a good job in season 1 embracing the evil.
Yeah.
And when she's actually the evil character, it's like she stopped having fun with it.
Yeah. Well, I think this was my complaint last week, was like, I think the writers tried to take the Mirror Universe way too seriously with this. And again, I think it was really only Sonequa Martin Green really just embracing camp insanity that saved this half.
Well, you know how it is when, your hobby becomes your job? That's why it's lacking, I think, for Killy.
Feels like we could segue somehow,
Yeah,
right?
I feel like there's a segue in there. Yeah, so if we thought Discovery's Mirror Universe episodes throughout have been too serious, let's go back and reevaluate kind of all the Mirror Universe episodes that we've seen to see where it worked, where it didn't work, where things kind of got changed up a little bit. Do you want to start with the original Mirror Mirror from TOS?
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic.
10 out of 10, not serious at all.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I honestly, if that was the last that we saw of the Mirror Universe, I'd be totally happy with that, because it was just, it was a fun TOS episode.
Yeah.
With a decent resolution to it, in that, we find out that Spock is he's still basically the same guy.
Well, and see, that feeds into my theory that being in the Mirror Universe doesn't necessarily mean you're evil. It just means you're as evil as you could possibly be.
Yeah. Well, it does seem like the main issue with the Mirror Universe is Earth. Earth fucked up everything by being evil.
Well, that sounds right. That fucking tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
oh my god, are we in the Mirror Universe?
Probably.
Yeah. Is that what the fuck this is? And have we always been here, or are we sucked in somehow?
No, we've always
Is there
been
any
here.
going back?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah,
you should hate it.
I do.
Yeah, and I think the thing that does work in Mirror Mirror is it kind of has a pace and a tone that's consistent enough that even though it makes absolutely no fucking sense why there would be exact duplicates of people all over the place in exactly the same roles they are on the actual show.
Yeah.
It suspends your disbelief enough that you don't mind.
Yeah, and I think when there's already just such a campiness even to the Prime Universe in this show, that it's just you accept a bit more, sometimes just don't think about it too hard. Whereas as Star Trek gets a little more serious over time, and it asks you to think about things, then it's wait a minute.
I am finding it increasingly difficult not to think about things.
And then TNG, despite the first season, really just... It's so funny how much the first season was we're going to pretend TOS doesn't exist, but we're also going to, be TOS in a lot of ways. That it's kind of shocking that we never got TNG Mirror Universe.
I think it's best that way.
Oh, no, I agree. Don't get me wrong.
And it's specifically because TNG is telling a little bit more, morality stories and kind of more serious stories where the Mirror Universe really wouldn't fit.
No, not at all. The fact that we never get Mirror TNG is no, that's fine.
Yeah, I did read all the TNG comics, which are all over the fucking place. There's the first one, which is how Mirror Picard on the Stargazer gets the Mirror Enterprise D, which is a fun story, and good on him for kind of gathering the whole crew together and doing the thing. The second one is him attempting to steal the Prime Enterprise from the Prime Universe.
Or Enter Prime, if you will.
Because if the first one is only in the Mirror Universe, this is the one where they realize, there's a way into the Prime Universe. We're going to try to steal the Enterprise. It fails utterly. The third one is fucking hilarious. Do I have the titles handy? Yeah, so the first one was Mirror Broken. Through the Mirror is the one where they try to steal the Enterprise. Terra Incognita is one where Barclay just stayed behind in the Prime Universe after the ends of Through the Mirror. And just goes on missions after he's tied up the real Barclay in his quarters. And just goes on normal missions, and all the little subplots of Terra Incognita are just normal TNG stories. And Barclay happens to be there, and he's just acting like he could just have been Riker, and it would have made sense. So that's actually very funny. But then he gets captured by Data, and they go back to the next episode, the Mirror War, which is them trying to gather a fleet to take out the KCA.
Oh, okay.
So they're interesting. The art style varies wildly. So if you like recognizing people's faces, they might be tough for you. God damn it. But the Barkley one, I actually do think had some very fun stories in it.
And then DS9 went mirror crazy.
Yeah.
Mirror crazy. 5 different episodes.
And honestly...
And we be fucking.
I don't love them. I feel like that's where it just... I mean, they're just joke episodes, you know? They're not...
I think the first one I appreciate that it's like, shit actually did change because of the crossover. The first...
Being crossover?
Right, I couldn't remember the title. Yeah. But like, yeah, where Kira and Bashir get dragged in, and it's like, yeah, no, Spock fucked everything up for the Empire.
Yeah, I like that there were consequences to that. Like, that's a good way to kind of bring back something from another series to show you the consequences, not just to name drop a fucking thing.
Who knows what might grow from the seeds we planted here today.
Yeah. And like, again, I think, you know, had that been the only one, maybe it would be looked on a little more fondly. It's like, oh, look, we did a follow-up. It was actually fairly clever. And again, I don't think they were planning on doing a follow-up, or they wouldn't have exploded Odo.
Explodo.
And Twark.
Yeah.
Well, but also just like the idea, I don't know. It hurts my brain a little bit that, in the original Mirror Universe, it's just like a parallel world that's actually parallel.
Yeah.
But when you start thinking of like the butterfly effect and how like if Spock had actually changed things as dramatically as they describe in Crossover, then why is Cisco here? You know, like why are any of these other people here?
Yeah, and I think that's where they rely on the audience doing a suspension of disbelief.
Oh yeah, I mean it totally is, but it's also
it never even occurred to me that they wouldn't be there.
Also intendedly.
Yum.
But yeah, because it's just like when you think about how does Cisco end up on Deep Space Nine?
Yeah.
He ends up there because it's kind of a punishment, I guess, you know, because it's like, yeah, we're gonna send you to this shit corner of the universe
because you're grumpy.
Because you're sad that your wife got killed. I don't know.
The Borg destroyed your wife. You spent a few years trying to make a Borg-killing ship. We couldn't make it work. Go to the fucking outer edges of stuff we have any say over and leave us alone.
Crap, there's a wormhole.
When you think about it, like, I never actually thought about it. Like, Cisco must have really pissed somebody off at Starfleet Command to end up with this
I feel like we talked about it at the time, but, like, this was, like, where they were just kind of dumping people they didn't know what else to do with, and then it wound up the most important space station in the quadrant, and they must have been like, fuck.
Right.
Is there any way we can just literally replace all of them? Which probably would have happened in the real world.
But also, like, did the Mirror... I'm guessing in the Mirror universe, the wormhole aliens are just the pod wraiths.
Yeah, it never comes up, does it?
It never really comes up. But I'm gonna say that, like, the prophets live in the fire caves.
Yeah. Do they even... Is there a wormhole in the Mirror universe?
They don't know about it.
Okay.
They don't know about it.
Thank God.
The station is still at Bajor.
Mm.
But did the Mirror pod wraiths possess Cisco's mom? Like, what?
Oh yeah.
Oh right, that's what exists.
That's a good point. Shit.
There's like a whole. There's just like. That's the thing. Like, you cannot think hard about the Mirror universe.
Well, it's also, again, like, this, of course, was a side effect of the fact that episode was written, the first Mirror DS9 episode was written before the episode that established that he's, I've gone cross-eyed.
That he's half prophet.
Which is, like, two things. Just have fun. Like, like, it's a TV show.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is I
enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, I love, by and large, like, here's the thing. The first is still the most memorable. The rest all kind of blur together. So it's like, they don't succeed hugely. They're entertaining. I think the first one is probably genuinely pretty good.
Right.
And the others are just
It's got
fluff.
the introduction of Intended Kira.
Mm. Yeah, well, again,
that's the beauty of that episode.
That can't be bad.
It's a good, legit plot of, like, look, here's what happened because of the last one. Whereas these ones are just, the rest are more like, again, they're just goofy, fun sequels. Again, I enjoy them, don't get me wrong.
I mean,
but
Cisco Prime Cisco banging.
Yeah, that's a little fucked up.
Little fucked up. Also,
yeah.
But Mirror Boreal is a good time when he shows up.
He's great. Yeah.
Mirror Vic Fontaine. What?
Just jumping through all the episodes at once. You guys are not helping.
Sorry.
I don't remember what Mirror Vic Fontaine was like.
He was just
a guy.
He was a human being.
Oh.
Vic Fontaine is a hologram.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
I've watched this show so many times, and you're telling me that Vic Fontaine is a fucking hologram?
Not even real.
What the fuck? What have I been watching?
Mind blown, right?
Yeah.
So, but things like that, where it's like, yeah, this is just a fun joke. Enjoy it, but it's like also just...
fun joke.
Now, I can't remember. Do they ever actually go to the Mirror Universe in the Mirror Boreal episode, or is it just that he...
they come to him. They come... Boreal and then Kira come
to the Prime Universe.
And that's
right.
it.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with Vic Fontaine's characterization in the Mirror. I just have a problem with Vic Fontaine's existence in the Mirror
Universe.
Universe.
Because you can literally see it's just the writers making a joke.
It's just like,
and not even have a joke with a punchline. It's like they started a joke and said, "You guys figure out the rest of the joke." It's funny, right?
Do these people also write the Linus joke?
Probably.
No, because I prefer the Vic Fontaine joke.
Well, I mean, they can't all be bangers.
They should have had Mirror Vic Fontaine do a song, but have it be like a complete...
Slipknot?
Yeah, exactly. Like, some kind of, like...
They're not going to pay for the rights to this.
Yeah.
He does, like, Chop Suey by System of a Down.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like, wake up.
Well, then he's just...
Grab a brush and put a little makeup.
Isn't that just Richard Cheese?
Who?
Richard Cheese. He does, like, lounge versions of contemporary music. He's been around since the late 90s.
And he's Richard Cheese. That's fucking horrifying.
I assume it's a stage name, but...
Yeah, me too. I don't think anyone has ever named their fucking kid Dick Cheese on purpose. I know, I'm sure
Oh my god, that's why his name is Richard Cheese.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
You didn't get that?
30 years.
Well, I mean, especially if it's from context when you were like a kid, you wouldn't necessarily have ever questioned it. Anyway, yeah, Dick Cheese. Probably not his real name.
He has done Chop Suey. It is on his album Toxicity.
Oh, that's a System of a Down album.
No, Tux, like T-U.
Toxicity.
Yes, it's a play on.
Neat. Getting
Solo.
back to this.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of things that I wanted to bring up from the various Deep Space Nine episodes. Jennifer Sisko is fucking boring. I don't like her. I don't find her interesting at all.
And I'm mad at her for putting Jake in the position she puts him in. It's
the
really shitty.
The only thing interesting about her is like watching a frankly better actor have to deal with her existence.
Yeah.
But the fact that there is no mirror Jake Sisko is interesting because there's another butterfly effect.
Yeah. Who's gonna write Mirror?
Anselm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Mirror.
And yet, I'll never remember Tony Todd's name. Holy shit! I'm Mirror Universe Caitlin.
Yeah, because you just remember Tony Todd's name.
Man, the mirror version of The Visitor is intruders will be shot on sight. Just, who's at my door? Bang!
No, sorry, it would be bang! Who's at my door?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, let's be...
Yes, and then Mirror Jake, when Mirror Sisko appears, shoots him.
Yeah. What the fuck? There's a fucking ghost!
There's a fucking ghost! He's probably gonna try to make me do pottery. Get the fuck away from me.
Oh god.
I've been given to believe that's what ghosts do.
That is what happens. And then and then like, but Guinan's the only person that can see him.
Yep.
Fuck a ghost. I just...
Piss off, ghost.
What's that from the first Thor movie?
Second.
Oh yeah, it's more fun.
Cool.
Dear God.
I do think the worst of the Deep Space Nine episodes is The Emperor's New Cloak because it's literally just an episode of tropes.
Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Yeah,
that's
the Emperor's New Trope.
Say again, Jake?
Like, is that the one? That's the one where like Worf has Garrick.
No, I think that's in Shattered Mirror.
Oh,
I think.
Mm.
Yeah, because when Worf has Garrick in chains, that's fucking great.
That's funny.
It's hot.
I love that.
I mean,
Emperor's New Cloak is when the Ferengi go back to save Zek.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
When
you're
Zek
right,
goes over there to try to open dealings with the Mirror Universe because he's a madman.
And there's Mirror Ezri. And...
Yeah, because we have the Mirror Ezri grossness.
Yeah.
We have that. obviously manipulative to the audience kiss between Kira and Ezri, which I just find gross.
I would have much rather Kira kissing Kira.
Yeah, no, it was not. Yeah. It wasn't genuine. It was just it'll titillate people.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
And then just checking off all the jokes. Like, okay, we have a Mirror Vic. That is our joke. We killed off yet another Ferengi character specifically because it's a running gag and no other reason.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely fall off by the end.
Yes. But nothing Mirror Ezri ever does is as bad as what real Ezri does, which is sleep with Bashir.
Yeah, what a bad choice.
Yeah, because we don't even know what happened to... Well, do we know what happened to Mirror Jadzia ever?
No, because as far as we know...
She might not even be dead.
We don't even think she was joined, right? Like, there's no evidence that she has a symbiont.
I forget if that comes up. I know Ezri isn't joined.
Right. Which means...
Oh, interesting.
Which, again,
Mirror Ezri is not.
Why is she
that
here?
I legitimately
because
did
miss. We have the character, and we're checking off tropes.
Right, exactly. And that's one of the things about... Yeah, again...
Man, it's not
I'm too much of a nerd to just have fun with it, but... Like, I want to say just have fun with it, but it's tough for me.
Again, I mostly do. That one is a little...
yeah, I mean, the same thing happens when, Worf joins the show, and therefore Worf is in the Mirror Universe. But I give him a pass because he has such great chemistry with Mirror Garrick.
Isn't that the one where Garrick is basically like, I used to fuck the Intendant, you want me to suck your dick? Doesn't that pretty much happen?
Probably.
I feel like it is implied heavily.
You would have seen it more recently than me, so...
Does anybody else want to back up my claim?
I don't.
No?
I don't remember.
You're the resident DS9 expert.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Again, it's not officially a Mirror Universe episode, but I do have to give a shout out to Living Witness, just because...
Well, it's not making the list.
No, I know, but I just wanted to say how great it is to see.
Which one is that now?
It's the one,
Voyager.
Voyager, with where the Doctor is on that planet.
And they have the wrong history of Voyager.
They think that Voyager was like this ship of evil people that...
It's a good episode.
I gotta rewatch Voyager at some point. After Prodigy.
Well, if you're not gonna get to Prodigy until we get to Prodigy for the show,
you got time to watch Voyager right now.
You actually probably should watch Voyager again before Prodigy because there's a lot of references to Voyager.
Oh yeah,
not that many Voyager
Prodigy is a better Picard to Voyager than Picard was to TNG.
Yeah, I agree with that. It also there's only literally one reference that I think people who haven't seen the show won't get this.
Yeah.
But Voyager does have a comic.
Does it?
It's called Mirrors and Smoke. It's very short. It's only 30 pages long. It's super, super short. It ends with a to be continued ? And then never continues. Son of a bitch. But yeah, the Voyager comic is cute. It is short, and I kind of wish they'd pick it up again because it's just about the adventures of Janeway in the Delta Quadrant saying, yeah, we're not going back to the Alpha Quadrant. It's great living here.
Is Tuvok on the crew?
He is, which makes no sense.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be. Kess uses her mental powers for evil, and I like that for her. There's some good stuff in there. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, I bought it in a humble bundle, so it is findable because it pops up there an awful lot. Give that a read. But that brings us to Enterprise, Chris's favorite.
The only good part of that damn show.
Trip was great.
Yeah, actually, I know.
Hoshi becoming Empress. I'm good with it.
Trip and T'Pol were the heart of that show. But yes, those episodes, I love them. They understood the assignment. They ran with it. It's dumb. It's campy. It's ridiculous. It tracks that fucking Phlox from any universe would help create the Agony Booth.
Again, the worst version of himself. Not that far from the version we already knew.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd also get, just moments of him just experimenting on his menagerie of animals.
Yep, seems right.
Fucking Bacula in the green shirt.
The man literally feeds his toenails to some of them. You think there's anything he won't stoop to? That's fucking disgusting.
I do remember us saying it should have been one episode.
Yeah.
It did feel a little strange.
Yeah, and especially so much of the first was just building up to getting to the Defiant.
Yeah,
that's true. Just get to the Defiant. That's half the fun. Archer losing his mind and seeing himself, not understanding that actually Prime Archer's almost as evil as he is.
But still, watching Scott Bakula try to be
it's so good.
Arch is
half the fun for me.
Exactly. This is probably the best Mirror episode for me since Mirror, just because it's not a crossover other than the Defiant itself, but It's just, we're going to tell a story in the Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
See, I find it distracting how just fucking stupid Bakula is.
But yeah, no, I agree that is
just in general.
Well, see, but again, it's funny because in both universes, he's an undeserving Nepo baby.
And I do also like the consistency with like the T'Pol character and Spock character.
That's true. I like that.
Like they're both kind of like, yeah, no, they live in this fucked up universe and have to do fucked up shit, but at the end of the day, they're both just still Vulcans.
Yeah.
Plus, she pulls off that goatee really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they cut like the Gorn shit, which was
oh my god,
they could have made it a nice single episode.
Yeah, and the CG was so bad.
Oh my god!
Well, and also like the torturing of the
Tholian.
Tholian was another one where it's just like, okay, I get why you did it. It's part of the like figuring out how to get to the Defiant, but it looked like shit. Probably could have been a shorter bit.
Yeah. It didn't look as bad as the Gorns, because before that, the only view we'd ever had of the Tholian was like a weirdly colored cardboard cutout.
True.
They didn't have to show it in full with the legs. Like, if it had just been the face in the window, it probably would have worked better. But yeah, no, I fucking love those. And again, they put in a goddamn effort for the credit sequence.
It is a good credit sequence. A very good credit sequence.
Well, and even like I really like the teaser photos with the first contact scene where Zephyr whips out the
he goes,
shotgun.
Oh shit, a ghost.
Yeah, oh shit, a ghost. He blows the Vulcans away.
So good.
Fuck. That was so fucking fun.
But yeah, no, I think those are great. Like I said before, I don't know if I'll ever watch Enterprise again, but I will probably watch those episodes again.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd call them great, but I remember them feeling, aside from being too long, feeling like a cohesive story. It's another one where I didn't bother, like, thinking, like, the domino effect wouldn't make any sense, the butterfly effect or what have you. I did suspend my disbelief during this episode because they actually had a story.
Yeah. Yeah,
and because you didn't want to lose your mind.
Well, there is that. And then we have all the Discovery episodes, and there are...
a lot.
How many? I counted them.
6 or 7?
No, more than that.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, 7. There are 7 of them.
Oh, wow. Well, now the egg is on your face.
Yeah, because there were... Is that 7? No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Why do I have 7?
I thought there were 4 in season 1.
Yeah, there were 4 in season 1.
And then 2 here. That's why I said
Is there
6.
another one later?
I don't think so.
Hang on. So why did I... Because I had this page up. Yeah, why did I grab... I grabbed the 5 episodes that were listed on Memory Beta. Because that's where the comics are listed. So maybe one of these doesn't belong. And I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah. But yeah, we had the probably slightly too long arc in season 1. Could have been shorter. That arc I did enjoy just because, again, it was fun watching Prime Universe people try to blend in and be varying levels of bad at it.
Yeah, and honestly, like...
Poor fucking Mirror. Connor's fucked in every timeline like Landry.
Yeah. I quite like the season 1 Mirror arc. I do think it probably didn't need to be 4 episodes long.
No, it could have been shorter. I enjoyed like a lot of the aesthetic retconning. You know, I love the new uniforms.
I don't. I don't, and here's why. Because all the other Mirror universes, you can see what the universe is in the other universe. Wait, what? That was not a sentence. You can see bits of the uniform as translated to this universe. Yeah. In this one, they just designed a whole new fucking thing.
I feel like there's just not enough midriff.
See, I'm okay with them eliminating the midriff.
Yeah, I know. I was just joking. I don't really actually give a shit about that.
But yeah, overall, that arc was fine. Like I said with these ones, the first... had it been a single episode, again, just don't send Georgiou to the future. But they did. Make it one episode, it probably could have been stronger.
Well, do these... If we're saying, though, that it had no consequences, maybe it wasn't even technically the Mirror Universe.
No,
right,
that's
I guess
true,
it's a different universe altogether. Different
other
pocket
version
universe.
of the
Mirror Universe A.
Yeah.
We
have to get to the Prime Mirror Universe.
You'll be Mirror Universe 1. You'll be Mirror Universe A.
Is that a Futurama reference?
Yes. Yeah, the box multiverse episode.
Right.
By my glorious golden ass.
Yeah, I think some of the characters were pretty good. So many of them were just one-dimensional.
Well,
which is interesting.
So are they in the Prime
Universe. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a direct consequence of their Prime Universe selves, yeah.
Oh, yes, because they're Prime Universe. Yeah, fair, true. Yeah, but even like...
No, I know.
Tilly got boring in this season.
Oh, Jesus, no one's ever happy. Tilly's too much. Tilly's not enough. I'm just kidding. But...
Well, this is Killy. Killy should be a lot.
They should have.
Killy has to be at extra at all
really
times.
was such a fucking letdown that they're like, yes, well known for your torture techniques or whatever. And she's just like, all right, well, I guess since you're not going to tell me, into the agony booth. Actually, she called it an agonizer, and that's why she's the best torturer, because she's torturing us. It's meta.
Torturing the nerds.
There we go.
That works.
And later, I'm going to call it another thing that it isn't. What's another thing that it could be that it's not? What's another...
The air fryer.
What the hell are we talking about?
The agony booth.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Is there another thing, though, that they use for agony pains?
The agonizer, but that's...
But aside from that, I'm saying, do we have a third thing that we could call it?
Oh, no, there's not that I know of.
Spankings.
Ooh, well.
Yeah, it'd be great if, it's like, okay, Burnham, we're gonna make you talk. Sends in Tilly. Tilly's like,
straps her feet to the table and just has,
a little feathers.
No, make it stop!
I wonder if that would work, because I think the thing that we have been complaining about the most about Discovery episodes in the Mirror Universe
Not enough tickling?
Not enough tickling. But that they try to treat the story so seriously.
Yeah.
When it's a Camp Mirror Land.
Right.
It's a fun house.
It's incongruous with especially the DS9 Mirror episodes, which everyone acknowledges these are not canon, right? Like if we're as
is
much
that what people say?
That's what I say. As much as we're saying that canon is a thing that exists, then those wouldn't be part of it. They're fun little asides.
It will remind you that Jake is technically people.
Yeah, exactly. So it counts. My opinion counts. Or probably doesn't. But that's
Jake
fine.
speaks for all Trek nerds.
I do. I am the authority.
Yeah, but even when...
They could do worse.
Because, the story of the Terran Rebellion folks, that's actually a serious story. That's a story that, has a full arc going with it. It's kind of captivating just as a separate storyline. But it's also fun enough that it makes... For a mirror, it fits the mold of mirror episodes.
The thing is, I think in order for canon to exist as a thing, you need to have a consistent, logical continuity, right? Like that's
over 60 years of shows.
That's the whole idea.
Well, I mean,
of canon.
that's literally the point.
That's
of
what canon is, and that's why I think we should not have a thing. We should just say
Let's not get too precious about our TV shows.
Yeah, this is just a TV show. In the 60s, it did this and looked like this, and the Klingons had this shape, and da-da-da-da. And then now they look different because our technology has changed, and we want to tell stories, and that's it.
But when you're not precious about it, you get a guardian on the edge of forever who can fucking turn into Call.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem.
It's pocket universes.
Well, I just think that there's a lot of having our cake and eating it too, and which, to be fair, if I had a cake, I would want to eat it.
Well, it's going to go bad. I mean, it's not like by keeping it in your pantry forever, it's just going to be there. Eventually, you got to throw it out because it's going to turn to mold. So you might as well eat it.
But yeah,
I've lost track of this metaphor.
No, what I'm saying is we want to have our canon.
Oh, is it a metaphor? I thought.
But we also want it. But we also want to ignore it sometimes so we can do fun things. But how do you have both? That's right. The thing. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, and the Mirror Universe is like the epitome of that problem because it's like, we know it doesn't make sense. We know the continuity doesn't work. We know the butterfly effect, but we're still going to do the stories because they're fun to tell.
Yeah, It makes sense. Like, even though I don't like the Deep Space Nine Mirror Universe episodes, I find they stick out like fucking sore thumbs. But Deep Space Nine also has enough episodes that they can have a goofy episode once a season. They can have a couple
just
of goofy
not profit
episodes.
I was going to say, as long as it's not
that. No, not that.
But yeah, so they have a bit of a tonal wavelength that they can hit the funny points, they can hit the serious points, the visitor episodes versus the fucking visitor. Baseball episodes.
I think it is important, and I think it is important in a show to have that sense of levity.
Yeah.
And comic relief.
Yeah.
And
well, especially because doesn't it kind of come around the time when shit's getting real?
Yeah, Deep Space Nine definitely had to occasionally take a breather because it is still
it gets dark.
Among the darkest Star Trek shows.
Well, and like, and with, as much as Prophet and Lace is fucking awful.
Oh my God.
They were trying. They were trying to do something, but they just fell on their face.
So hard.
I've watched that episode like 8 times now, and I hate it less every time I see it.
That's
and
called Stockholm Syndrome.
I know. I was gonna say I don't know if it's Stockholm Syndrome or if.
I mean, if
like I'm able to appreciate some of the nuance.
There's no nuance. There's no nuance. It's
rape jokes.
Yeah, it's rape jokes
Stockholm Syndrome.
and transphobia and all kinds of.
One day I'm going to tell you guys my Prophet and Lace story, but I want to keep to the Mirror Universe right now. Because that's I think the problem I have with the Discovery ones is that they lose the levity and they lose kind of because they're trying to make it all commentary.
Yeah.
Because all of Discovery is commentary. That there's just too much.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I don't want to spoil Caitlin. But there's 2 more instances we can talk about. One that I'm only going to gloss over because I don't want to spoil Caitlin on this thing. But it is how you do the Mirror Universe. Because it makes sense. You can read about this on the blog so that you can see what I'm not telling Caitlin.
This is A Strange New World?
I'm not going to tell Caitlin even what show it's from.
It's got to be A Strange New World.
I'm not telling Caitlin.
Well, that's fine.
You can
I'm going to draw my own...
whichever thing
I'm drawing my own conclusions.
It's a Lower Decks. Actually, I think there is a Lower Decks mention, but I think it's in a holodeck, so we're not counting that one.
Yeah.
That episode.
Yeah, I think we talked about that previously, that there is somehow not a Lower Decks Mirror Universe episode, which blows my mind.
Yeah,
Pretty
seriously,
sure
that's
only
like...
a holodeck.
That's so much wank to be had there, you would think.
Yeah. But there is another episode that does it in a way that it's in service of the story in a way that no other Mirror Universe episode has ever been. And we'll get there one of these days, and I'll gush about it, and it'll be interesting. And the other one is the Section 31 movie, which has a scene and then a couple flashbacky moments in the Mirror Universe in which it's taking it way too fucking seriously. It's trying to make the Mirror Universe into like this canon thing, and it's... I don't know. What did you think of it, Jake? Because without going into like...
The Mirror Universe in Section
31.
I thought the whole movie was trash.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I didn't think anything of it because the whole thing was trash. I also just think, it has the same problem as... It's funny, right? Because the Section 31 movie, not to do a full-on review of it right now, but the Section 31 movie is a Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff.
Yeah, that is clearly what it is from the trailer.
And they're just trying to... And it's a silly... everyone's a comic relief character. Relief from what, I ask? It's like everyone's like this quirky, funny character. Everyone's cracking jokes. It's all,
All the time travel has probably caused them to all be a little bit insane.
And then the Mirror Universe stuff, for whatever reason, is like dead serious and dark in that movie. And it's just it's like, wait, you picked... Of the things that you put in this movie to make the serious stuff, you chose the Mirror Universe.
Okay. I am grateful that Picard had their not Mirror Universe, because they probably just would have made the Mirror Universe even worse somehow.
Yeah, they just made
a different
fascist Earth.
Yeah, which I mean is all the Mirror Universe really was, but they made it, I don't know. Fuck that season.
They made it the Prime Universe, and
well,
art's imitating life, I guess, or vice versa.
Yeah, and I guess too, it's not an evil universe, but yesterday's Enterprise is another like alternate timeline where everyone's changed. And
it's a much more militaristic.
I mean, no one's evil. Like everyone's still like fundamentally a good person.
Yeah, it's just like the scenario is different. This is like there was that one splitting off point,
and I think that's a more interesting look at. Like, just having a mirror universe where everyone's just an evil version of themselves is not that interesting. Or it's interesting once.
Yeah.
A alternate timeline where, we made different choices and therefore, things are different. Or, that's I don't consider it a mirror universe episode, obviously. But
no.
I do enjoy yesterday's Enterprise.
Oh, it's a great episode.
Much more than I enjoy most of these mirror episodes.
Yeah, and it also has a lot to say that's poignant.
Right. Was it's like
this could have been us if not for this one situation.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's got Captain Rachel Garrett, who also features in Section 31, so it connected.
No one knows this yet.
That's not a thing.
Oh no, that was like part of the press release.
Yeah.
That is not secret.
I don't know who
when
that
I
is
saw
anyway.
they were going to put her in that show, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" All right, I'm done talking about things that make me sad.
Well, have I got news for you? Because next week we'll be talking about another episode of Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, but I like this show, so it's okay.
It's called Things That Make Chris Sad. Yeah. What the fuck?
I like this show. It's Picard.
I think this one is specifically about somebody having a sad. Next week we'll be talking about the next episode of Discovery, Su'Kal.
Sure.
And so that'll be a lot of fun. I look forward to that. Do we have a Blocktivity next week?
We do. Let me find it. Because we're going to go back into our general sci-fi conversation.
Nice.
And we're going to talk
General
about...
Sci-Fi, sir.
Where did I put it? All the way at the bottom here. Oh, okay. This is one that Jake requested.
Oh, is it?
Because I was going to say let's do a blog post about our favorite, starships and things. And Jake asked if we can broaden it to forms of transportation, so he can include things like the DeLorean or the TARDIS or shit like that.
I thought for sure you were going to say a hoverboard, because that's where my mind
mostly I was
went.
just thinking of cool sci-fi
vehicles,
conveyances.
Oh man, there are so many.
Tauntaun.
Fuck it, that is just next week's episode. We're just talking.
Yeah, just pick your tops.
That will be fun.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Because there's definitely some cool vehicles out there, starships, etc.
Of course, the Argo has to be on all of our lists.
The what?
Picard's stupid dune buggy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from Jason and the Argonauts.
No, but that's next week.
So that'll be happening.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, big time. But until then, you can follow us on the internet at sshppodcast.com or on Tumblr, SSHP Podcast, Baloo Sky, SSHP Podcast there. Also Facebook, search Star Siribai, you'll get us. You can download our podcast on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube.
And see my full write-up of the Mirror episodes, including the one I was hinting at very coyly so much, over on the Tumblr.
Yeah, on
I'm
Tumblr.
Gonna go read it.
Tons of cool stuff.
You can't stop me.
I can't stop you, but you're not going to understand it. And I
We're
don't want to spoil
always-
things for you.
I know, I'm just kidding. Anyways,
We're
I'm not gonna
always
do that.
there, for better and worse. We will be with you to the bitter end. But until then, my name has been Jake.
This is McGrath.
This has been Ames.
This is always Caitlin.
And to alcohol, cause of and solution to. I don't know. I was trying to do.
Why?
I don't know. It's because the salute to Georgiou.
Yeah, I got where you were going.
To Georgiou.
Yeah,
to Georgiou. Rip.
Thank
Good
God.
fucking riddance.
I like how when Michael was telling Saru about it, he's like, "She's dead."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, she's gone." Oh. She's dead.
Oh, right. A gun.
Jesus Christ. Next episode, make sure we fix this fucking volume situation.
Will do.